I'm Tiffany Rosenbaum, and I'm the host of At Home Money. I help moms start their own dreams, side hustles, and businesses. And one of the ways I do that is through sharing successful female led business stories like the one you're about to hear today. If you want to learn more about working with me or any of the guest speakers, please check out the links in the description. Let's meet today's guest, Ashley Franklin with Wonderlane Events and Love Hearted Kiddos. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited. We talked briefly about your business, was it like a week ago? And
Right.
everything you said just sounded so amazing and fun. And I'm so excited to have you on.
Thank
So tell
you.
us just a little bit about who you are, what your situation's like, and then a little bit about your business.
Of course, yes. So my name is Ashley. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. Currently living in Gary, Indiana right now. I what don't I have my hand into? So one of my businesses is called Love Hearted Kiddos, which I do hair accessories for wholesale right now. We were doing like monthly drops for like the first 3 or 4 years of business, and then it just became like wildly successful, but then I had to also dial back. But right now we're just doing wholesale, which is going great. And then my main thing that I've just gotten into is Wonderlane, and that is a media and event company that we host a market called Kidchella, and it has just been felt my cup like more than I could even describe. It's community based. It is like a kid rave, think Coachella, but on a mini level, without the hangovers. And that's what we're working on now for 2026.
Awesome. That's a lot to unpack there. So you've
Yes.
got two main businesses going on. We'll talk a little bit about this one, about both of them actually. So talk to me first about your bow business. How did that get started?
Well, my mom and my grandmother and sold all their life. And then they taught me how to, and I had two girls, 6 and 9 right now, very wild, like creative girls. And just they didn't want anything basic, didn't want anything like just regular blue, pink, purple bows. We wanted bows with pizza on there or tacos.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's fun.
during the pandemic, I was home with COVID, and my husband encouraged me to start my bow business because he said, "What better time to do it than now? Everyone is at home online." I ordered some fabric from Joann's and uploaded an Etsy shop, and then it just kind of took off from there because I think what set us apart was the uniqueness of the prints that I chose.
Uh huh.
I have had taco bowls, I've had pickle bowls, I've had Takis, like anything that you can think of that you probably would never see on a fabric print. I have
Yeah.
gotten it customly made.
Really? So
Yes.
are your bows like you had mentioned fabric? Are they like you traditionally see a lot of little girl bows that are made of ribbon? Are yours made out of ribbon or fabric or both?
Now that's one thing. Like ribbon is not my best friend. I've had so many cheer organizations like reach out to me, and I'm just like, I cannot help you. They are my our bows are cotton and silk. I work
Okay.
with two different manufacturers that like know me like the back of their hand, and they know when I'm sending them an order, like what
Yeah.
prints are you thinking about now? A lot of our stuff is custom and very much on trend. So we did very well when the Eras tour was out. So we did a lot of Taylor Swift inspired prints.
Yeah.
Last Halloween we did Eris Ghost that was like based on like each of her albums,
Oh
just
my god,
on
that's so
one
cute.
print. Yeah, and it sold out like 5 times.
All right, the business side of me is going. Do you ever have any copyright issues using all those name brands?
I have one time, and that was with Harry Potter.
Okay.
I used to do. I'm a big Disney like
Yeah.
fanatic. I am a dope Disney person.
We love Disney too. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, see, that's why I knew we were gonna be like really good friends. Like I love everything Disney. Every April I would do a collection that was just based on Marvel or Disney. And
Hmm.
then someone said, "Oh, could you do some Harry Potter bows?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll do Harry Potter." And I had to stop doing Harry Potter because they told me on Etsy I couldn't sell it,
Yeah.
which sucks
Yeah.
because that was like my one of my top prints. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would be surprised, if you didn't get that kind of stuff. I mean, you see it all the time. So hopefully you don't have to deal with that anymore. But
I've kind of scaled back a little bit on it because I've seen it a little bit more than I've liked to as well.
hmm.
And it's scary.
Oh
I
God, yes.
don't ever want to do anything to like make Disney mad, make the
Right.
people of Marvel upset. So I and if I'm honest, because I've scaled back so much on like certain type of prints, it did kind of affect my business a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
because it was people that would just shop with me just because of the Disney prints or the I never had any issues with the Taylor Swift ones though, but
Yeah.
and really not Disney per se, but I didn't even want to like chance it.
Right.
Did
They're
not.
such a big, big corporation.
Yeah, and you think that they wouldn't find you because they're so big, but like they have people
Oh
like
yeah. Their people
scouring.
have people.
Yeah, their people's people have people. So you think, I'm just in Northwest Indiana, like how they gonna but yeah. Which at the time that was so early in my business too, I genuinely did not know that you
Yeah.
couldn't do it. So
Yeah. Now, you said the brands or whatever, they would be like printed on the fabric, or would you get like, I don't know, little customized buttons or something that you would put on there?
Oh, yeah, no. So I work with a lot of like designers. They do seamless files and I cannot draw. So I have all the ideas. I'll just like reach out to them. I have like a little circle of people that I work with. And for instance, I worked with a brand that did mochi donuts, those little donuts with like the little balls around
Yeah.
them. They wanted a custom print for their grand opening. So I took their best selling print and then thought to put like smiley faces on there and all that. And so that's what we did. And they just send me the file and then I send the file to my manufacturer and then they print it, send it back to me, and then we cut it up and put it together.
That sounds so interesting. You're
and
so
I say
smart.
and I say we and
Yeah.
it's just me. Sometimes my mom and sometimes my 94-year-old grandma.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's a family
It is a
business.
true family business.
Do your daughters ever help?
They used to until they started like putting extra stuff in the bags when when we would pack it up. For a while, I went through like a glitter confetti era in my business that I would want you to open up the package and when you're dumping it out, like all this confetti and stuff come out. And one of my followers sent me a video that like it was just a whole handful of confetti was just in
Oops.
her thing. And I said, okay, so thank my 3-year-old for that one. But it made for like good content. And I think that's what like kind of helped me grow my community with the bow page because I'm not your average like person that owns a business. I still work a regular
Yeah.
job. I have no marketing skills. I just post what I feel and I do the type of prints that I like. So it kind of
Yeah.
worked out in my favor.
That's awesome.
Thank
Now,
you.
when we spoke, you talked about working with some big brands like WWE, and I forgot what the other one was. But tell me about
The
that. How did that
Bulls.
come about? Yeah, that one. Yeah, how'd
Yeah.
that come about?
So I'm not a stranger to just emailing and DMing people. When I felt like my business was suffering and I couldn't compete with just like Amazon,
Yeah.
and which I can't because you will have people tell you like your prices is too high. Um I was like, I don't know how other ways to like market my business. I have to like shift. So
Hmm.
I would every night would kind of go on the internet and like look to see what's out there in like the bow community and
Yeah.
try to do something completely different.
Hmm.
So I started reaching Old Snap Pickles for doing pickle bowls. I started reaching Duke's Mayonnaise to potentially try to do mayonnaise printed bowls just because like I have like that circle of designers that can
Yeah.
make any type of print. And it worked out because I ended up meeting someone that knew some people from WWE, like some of the wrestlers, and
Yeah.
then I did custom prints for their children.
Wow.
And yeah, so one night, I was like, we're big basketball fans, and I sent a letter to the Chicago Bulls organization, and it was Women's Month, so I played on that. And
How
said,
smart.
yeah, we're huge basketball fans. I live in Northwest Indiana, basically your neighbor. So I pitched this whole idea to do bowls for their kids organization for Women's Month, and they literally got back to me in like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I ended up doing it was now that was it's funny that you mentioned the copyright thing because we couldn't do designer prints because of the copywriting. So I decided I have a friend that stays in Chesterton. Her name is Nicole. She owns Nottingham Embroidery.
Okay.
I reached out to her and said, "Hey, can we do some embroidery bowls for the Chicago Bulls?" And without any hesitation, she said, "Come up here, we'll do it." And I worked on her machine, and we cranked out about 200 bowls.
Wow.
hmm
How long does it take to make a bow?
From start to finish, now, um, I can make it probably in about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can
And when you
do.
started?
When I started, it took me 5 minutes alone to just even figure out how to like put the thread. It was just it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I still even now, um, people think that I can do social media so well, and I'm still like, oh, like should I post at this time? Like my whole setup is just in my bedroom. That's just
Hey, I feel you. But I have this is an extra bedroom that we have in our house, and it's my office, and I'm a one woman show too, so I
you
get
get
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hard sometimes because you get that like feeling like you see other businesses that succeeding and have like teams and I'm just like, how do you even get there? And like when would that be my moment? Still after 5 years
Yeah.
I still go through that.
Yeah. Well, when we spoke, you had said you had some really good months with your bows. So tell us about what, success looks like for your bow business and maybe why you scaled back a little bit other than the copyright issues.
So Halloween for my particular business is always great.
Okay.
I don't know why it's like Halloween trumps Christmas. Or in Easter because those are
Yeah.
when mostly people, and back to school too. For bows, but Halloween, I have made like $4,000, $5,000 a day,
Oh, wow.
in one day on a Halloween drop. That's usually my biggest collection. I'll do about 25 prints.
Wow. Now, how much does a bow cost?
A bow can cost anywhere between $10 to $15.
Okay.
$15 would be like the biggest bow. We it's like uh, I'm trying to describe it, but because we have them by names, a
Okay.
sturger bow. It's like a
Okay.
sturger bow, so it's like a bigger, like fluffier, whimsical bow.
Okay.
And then the $10 ones are like your newborn bows with the headbands.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad price. But I'm also a mom of a daughter.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I didn't think it was either. I mean, you have people that will pay the price and won't say anything, and then you'll have people that come to like your markets and say, "I can either make that or get that for cheaper on Amazon."
Do it then.
Yeah, and
You'll
I'm
get
just
Amazon
like,
quality too.
right, and I'm just like, okay, thank you. I
Yeah.
can't argue with
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
But, those were my most successful months. And then, if I'm honest, I went through like a huge breakdown mentally. Um, I'm not afraid to really talk about it because I advocate for it a lot. It was a very low moment in my life, and I needed a break.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, some things shifted, and I took a year off with
Okay.
like no warning. Like I was
Yeah.
in the middle of my busiest season, um, packing bows, and at the time I had like launched a clothing line, trying to get stuff from overseas. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that was going on, and I just mentally was unwell. So
Yeah.
I took a year off, came back, made a post about it, very honest and open. And I felt like that was the moment trying to ease back into everything that I struggled the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that?
This was in 2024.
Okay. So
Yeah,
last year.
2024. Yeah.
And how's your business going now?
Now I focus pretty much on wholesale
Okay.
because Wonderlane has like completely taken over my life in the best way.
Yeah.
And it has connected me more with community, honestly, than Love Hearted Kiddos. I have a
Yeah.
connection with my followers, but I don't see them. And I
Yeah.
don't, it's very nice to have that like support from strangers, but it's even more to have like a support from people that I can just see at the store as
Yeah.
well. And I felt like in my business, I should have connected first in the beginning with my local community. Because I'll go to these local markets now, and the bows that I didn't sell online, they sell out. Like when
Yeah.
I go out now, but putting on Kidchella and like meeting almost 1,200 people that day and communicating with so many moms that still send me DMs about the
Mm-hmm.
market, and it's so many months after. Like I
Yeah.
can't pay for that. Like
Right.
it's just a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. So, when did you start doing the vendor markets? Like, I know you said you were growing a lot on social media, but did you do the vendor events like at the beginning, or did you start that later on, or what did that look like for your bow business?
So I started the vendor events pretty much right away. Once I
Okay.
started making like business friends on social media, they told me that I should try to go do vendor events. Um, I applied for a lot of them up here and like
Yeah.
didn't get into any of them. And
Okay.
I thought maybe because I was so new, they just didn't know what to expect from me. So a lot of people were like, you should try to apply for them in Indianapolis and Chicago. So
Yeah.
I started applying for all of them in Indy and Chicago and got into all of them as a
Yeah.
newer business. And then that was wonderful because I grew a community out there.
Yeah.
Um, and
And they have more purchasing power too than we do in little old Northwest Indiana.
they do. And I did this market. It was like a mommy market, and it was all like kid based businesses. It was phenomenal. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal. I sold out of everything that I brought. And I was very loyal to that market. If they had markets that was 3 times a year, I would come 3 times a year. If it was a market once a year, I would go once a year. If it didn't align with my regular work schedule and I couldn't go and get a hotel the day before, I would get up at 3 in the morning because of the hour time difference, get there
Yeah.
early, set up, and then come back the next day. But it was always worth it because it was
Yeah.
such um a big attendance out there. One day that market just stopped.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like we had it and then it just stopped, and it's been like 3 years like since it's been
Wow.
out. So I had mentioned to a friend of mine, uh how come we don't have anything like that out here? Like we have a million kids in Northwest Indiana, and
Yeah.
it would benefit greatly, and it would be something cool for like people to do. Um, I recruited a friend of mine who lived in Valpo, who helped me kind of get it off the ground. Uh, so that was back in 2024, and it was on a very, very small scale. We had 100 people show up.
I mean, that's still pretty large for a first time event, I think.
It was wonderful. I was like, oh my God, it was so many people in this restaurant,
Okay.
and we was just very limited to what we could do. We couldn't have like food trucks and stuff. It was a lot of work. So I didn't know if I wanted to commit to that on a full-time basis.
What restaurant was it?
It was at the Trail Yard in Valparaiso. It was always busy every time I
Yeah.
went. I was very shocked that it closed, but like I said, it turned into a winery now.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if I was gonna have it, and it only took one person. We had quite a few people saying to bring it back, but it was like one vendor. She was like, "You have to bring that back because it was such a unique idea." And I
Mhm.
said, "Well, it would just be me." Because my friend on to open up her other business, and that's how we connected, me and you. Um, she had told me it was a lot of work to do, and I agreed it was a lot. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it like the way that I want to do it. And I think that it would be so unique to this area with doing like a festival slash craft show. And
Mhm.
so I thought to do it like how a Coachella would be for kids, and then it paid off. It
Yeah.
was the most fun I've ever had, like doing anything. It didn't even feel like work.
Yeah. All right, tell me what the event itself looked like and how many people do you think came?
Okay, so we had it at Sunset Hill Farm. So have you ever been there, Sunset Hill
Mhm.
Farm? So you
Yep.
that big, big area, which was a little bit intimidating, but once it got closer to the time with how the seeing it out, like the vision, how it would look, I was like, okay, this is gonna be like crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I did tickets on Eventbrite.
Okay.
$3 a ticket. It was going to be $5 at the door. So before the market, we ended up doing 1,100 sold tickets
Wow.
on Eventbrite. And then the day of the market, it started at 10 o'clock in the morning. And my husband was helping set up. We was like showing the vendors and stuff where to go. And he said, Ashley, it's a line of people. And I said, oh, those are just the vendors. Like they're like getting their stuff in. He said, no, it's a line. We had a line at like 5 minutes to nine,
Wow.
waiting up for these what I call mama and me bags. So that was my version of like like swag bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
it was crazy. We had photo ops, we had a DJ, we had a tie dye station, we had a hair braider, we had an ear
Mhm.
piercer,
Ooh.
actual people doing tattoos and fake tattoos. Build your own bath bombs, make your own keychains, adopt a stuffy,
Oh
hat
my god, that's so
bar,
cute.
pancake carts, candy charcuterie boards.
Wow.
And then I had a section called the mama fuel station that we had set up with like couches and chairs, a quiet area that you can go and nurse if you needed to. I had things for you if you needed to nurse, snacks, pop, water, um, nipple balm,
Yeah.
nipple pads. I try to think as much as not even a consumer, but like a mom too.
Mhm.
And it was so many freebies that you can just pick up and take.
Wow.
I worked with a brand called Pop Socket, and
Yep,
those
I've
was
heard of them.
yep. So they sent like 100 like little sockets, and I had a little section that you can just grab one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and snacks everywhere, a snack station. And then I had a section called Stay Brave. It was our version of a first aid. If you got
Okay.
hurt, it was cream, it was band-aids over there, it was affirmation cards. We had a sensory area, a place that you can go get hand massages and freebies. It was just, I wanted to do something very unique for this community.
Yeah. So I have like my brain just going in a million miles just hearing about all of this. I have so many questions. So did the cost of the tickets, the $3 that they paid and the $5 at the door, did that money go to paying for all the freebies and stuff like that? Because I imagine the vendors, they were selling um, their own products, but they probably paid a vendor fee too, right?
Yeah, so they paid a vendor fee. The freebies was actually, it's so crazy because a lot of people were like, "How did you get all this?" I I literally just emailed brands and asked them.
Yeah.
That's all I
See,
did. I
I think that so many people wouldn't think of doing that, or they would think it's scary. And I guess it is kind of scary, but I think that, I don't know, business to business, it's just kind of honorable. I don't know.
yeah,
Way to go.
I was very nervous. Again, no background in doing
Yeah.
this. It was a lot of nights just studying what other markets did. Um, I'm a big music fanatic, and so I love Coachella. I love Lollapalooza, and I just looked on TikTok and
Yeah.
got ideas from there and decided how to make it a kid version of it.
Yeah.
And I worked on my pitch to these brands, and I made flyers. I made my own flyers. I made my own sticker. I made my own logo. Um, and I pitched that in my emails to them. And I said, I am a legit one woman show trying to put on a show that a whole production would do.
Yeah.
And I said, before you figure out before you ask where Northwest Indiana is, we are 45 minutes away from Chicago. So I'm hoping to pull people in from there because, us, we'll go to Chicago in a minute, but like Chicago people won't come this way.
Right.
So
Not unless they're looking for houses.
not unless they're looking for houses or gas or,
Right.
you know, um, but yeah, that's the only reason how they'll like come out here.
Yeah.
And I was surprised of the amount of brands that was like, this is a really cool idea, and brands that actually worked with Coachella ended up sending us stuff. So
Really?
yeah, it
So
was
were you
great.
asking for sponsorships? Were you asking just for donations or?
I had pitched the mama and mini bags, and I was like, I wanted to give 50 bags to the first 50 people that came in, and then I pitched every single activation. I called it like I talked to them like I have been doing this like forever. So I
Fake
think
it till
that
you make it.
right, and it was exactly that. Like I would be like terrified, like, oh my God, like I'm emailing like Bubbler, like what are they gonna, they don't know me. And
Yeah.
but the people who worked with us loved the idea, and like my house was like overtaken with like stuff. And
Yeah.
I just told them like what I was gonna be doing, what I was gonna be passing it out with. I will provide them pictures and videos, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
We had people taking pictures, videos. We had a drone, and all that stuff we made into videos, and we sent it to them, and they loved it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, what does this event look like for 2026? Because you said you're going to be doing it again, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, like my head is already spinning from 2026. We're doing actually four events in
Ooh.
2026. We're doing Kidchella in three different areas: Chicago, Indianapolis, and Northwest Indiana. And we're also doing Frostchella, and that would be our Christmas event.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's all crazy type of things like you wouldn't even think that would be there, will be there. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing. I can't even like have people guess because they just wouldn't. Like they just wouldn't. It wouldn't even be any fun because it's like what you think will be there is totally
Yeah.
left field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. All right. I am throwing this out there. You need any help, call me. I would love to help. Like,
Yes.
I
Same.
seriously, like, I don't know. I like to plan events. I don't get to do it very often.
Oh my God. Yes, please. If you can help, that would be 100% like we I'm gonna tell you who helped me last year.
Okay.
My husband, my neighbor next door, and then I asked complete strangers the day before because that was the time that I realized my husband was like, "Okay, so who's helping us in the morning?" And
I don't know.
I was like, "What do you mean?" And then he was like, "Who's helping us load everything and set up?" I was
Oops.
like, "I don't know." And so I was like, maybe I should just ask people. And so I just made a post and we ended up having like 11 moms like come and
Wow.
like help us out. Again, that's what I'm talking about, like community, like local
Yeah.
community. You cannot bottle that up.
No. Yeah, the community aspect of that's kind of something I wanted to talk about as well cuz I'm still pretty new in my business. And like my daughter is in kindergarten and so like my business has been running in the background for a while,
Yeah.
and with her being home I really wasn't able to like go full force into it until she started school.
Oh, absolutely. I get it.
And so I've always been a one woman show, but I've always been doing things, you know, and I thought it would be just easier before she started school, um, to be doing things just online. And
Yeah.
I never really thought about the local community as much, because my business teaches moms, you know, how to make their own business. And was fearful that if I stuck to just my local community, you know, we'd have women competing against each other, and I didn't want any of that.
Yeah, I get that. That I think that was me too in the beginning because it's like how many bows can I sell to Northwest Indiana? Like I
Yeah.
need to branch out. So I get that.
Yeah. And then I realized, and I still haven't fully like grasped it yet, just because she just started school in mid August. But the power of the local community and networking. And I've been to a few events and I want to go to so many more, but
Yes.
like, just and the reaching out, like how this came about. Like had known for a long time that I wanted to do a podcast like this, and I had had a list of like people, you know, that I could reach out to. um but then I found, you know, the Women Own Northwest Indiana, and I was like, you know what, this is already a curated group. Let me reach out and see, you know,
Yeah. Oh, it's a phenomenal
whose
group.
story I can share. And I still haven't even been able to go to any of their events yet, but I'm like, this is a group that I need to be around.
Hmm.
And, you know, when I get involved with one group, then I found out there's like five more. And I'm like, I want to go to all of them. And
Yeah.
I've been going to the 1 Million Cups events and meeting
Oh,
so many
nice.
wonderful people there. And I just love business and everything about business, but I'm really realizing that there's more power in the local community than just the people that I can sell to. And I'm finding the local community is more of a to help me grow personally and professionally.
Yeah.
And I never really viewed it as that before. And I'm so glad that I found it because just, you know, the networking and the meeting other people, um, because I also really didn't have a support system that understood the business and the passion and all of that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So being able to have a conversation with other women and other moms who get the business excitement and, you know, the thrill of it all, like
Yeah.
that does a lot, I think, to help morale of a business, you know what I mean.
Oh, I
Just
totally agree.
to have that, and just that alone, like, that's part of the reason why I'm doing this podcast, but I also want to share the stories and help other businesses grow. So if I could do both of those things, and that's, you know, another reason why I'd love to help with your events, because, and I love kids. I love, um, you know, seeing them happy. And I have a friend, who she has a kid-centered business. She makes sensory kits, and she has been
Oh,
struggling, because primarily she's just doing vendor events and she's not having a lot of luck.
okay.
The vendor events that she has tried to go to, there's just not been a lot of foot traffic. People aren't coming. So, what advice would you have to somebody who is in that situation where, you know, they have, you know, a business like you have your bows. She's got her sensory kits, and she's struggling with selling them, with getting people. You know, everybody's telling her, "Oh, this is a great idea. We love them." Nobody's buying them, you know. Or the vendor event she's going to, people, you know, like the promoters just aren't promoting their events. And I actually showed her your Kidchella because I saw it posted before I ever even knew who you were. And I was like, hey, this sounds really cool. Maybe you should check it out. But she had something going on that day and she wasn't able to. But yeah, what kind of advice would you have?
Okay, so I went through that too. I would say you have to be very particular on what type of market that you try to get accepted to. That is the number one thing because yeah, a market can have a whole bunch of foot traffic, but you have to look at the type of foot traffic that it's getting. I
Mm-hmm.
made the mistake of doing markets that was at wineries. So
Yeah.
I would have my bows on display at a winery, but
There's no kids.
there's no kids.
Yeah.
So like and it's hundreds of like the same markets, and I hate to say it, but it's so many of the different type of same markets. You also have to figure out who is there doing the same thing, unfortunately, like you are, like, and I
Yeah.
am not like trying to compete with anybody. I
Mm-hmm.
wholeheartedly believe in community over competition, but
Yeah.
if we are the same type of business at the same market that's already not getting promoted like it is, we are essentially competing with each other,
Yeah.
like essentially. So you have to just be very, very open into trying to explore other markets, even in other areas, because I had to get the confidence of driving 2 hours
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to another market, but it served me. It paid for itself, and the vendor fees out there is crazy. Like
I bet.
they're $300 and $400. But when I tell you, if once you get to picking the type of market that like your niche is in,
Yeah.
you'll get it back. You'll get
Yeah.
it back. So like her being like a kid centered place, I would try to go to places that mom focus, family focus, even at the places that you think won't have a lot of foot traffic. I have
Yeah.
been very surprised the
Yeah.
amount of people that came to schools. I've been to pop-ups at kids boutiques. She my also advice would just to be call kids boutiques and other parks to see about doing her own pop-up because then you're
Yeah.
not competing with anybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she hasn't explored that. I know she does struggle too because she's got little ones at home,
yeah.
and her husband works a lot of hours. So that what advice, I guess, would you have for moms who really want to have their own business? Maybe they have started their own business already, but they're struggling with balancing it, or you know, how do I do it when I also got to take care of the little ones? How did you do it?
I worked on breaks. I worked when they slept and before they got up in the morning. I do that still now. I don't think it's any right time to say I'm gonna start a business.
Mm-hmm.
You just go out and do it, and you learn as you go. I do a lot of researching on TikTok. I do it still to this day. um YouTube has been, I'm a member of YouTube University with trying to figure out, I didn't even know how to do a LLC.
Yeah.
So and also with event people like women owned businesses, women owned Northwest Indiana, Big Sister Hour. You have people that can help you. So like if you go
Yeah.
to these events, they will have a ton of resources on how to like start your business, how to not drown during it. Um, but it's really just doing it when you can find the time to.
Yeah.
It's the best thing. And if you couldn't get to your business that day, that's fine. It's
Mm-hmm.
always the next day.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I think that's also the beauty of having your own business. You know, if you don't get to it, nobody's going to fire you. You might
Right.
feel a little bit guilty, but
I I mean, and it's like you're gonna feel guilt regardless. You feel the
hmm
guilt of being like you're not doing enough in your business, then you'll feel the mom guilt, you're not doing
yeah.
enough with your kids. But I
hmm
promise you, um, your kids still love you and your business will be there. Like you said,
hmm
you are the boss. You
Yeah.
can shut it down and turn it off, but also you can't. Being a business owner, you can't. You can never turn it off.
Yeah. There's always something, but I love it.
I love it too. I can talk business all day long.
Good.
So it's so cool to like meet somebody else that can do the same thing.
Right? Lord knows I need it. My husband, he doesn't get it. He's like,
Neither
I
do
don't know what you're
mine.
saying.
Neither do mine. Like we'll wake up in the morning and I'm just like boom 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 like just talking about stuff and he was like I just got up. Like let me breathe a little bit because
Yeah.
I was stressing. I helped the city of Hobart with this market that they're doing tomorrow. And I'm
Okay.
just like, is it still gonna happen? Like I'm like
Oh,
stressed
the
out
weather.
about it. Yeah, but they said
Yeah,
that
for
it's
those
still
of you listening
going.
who don't know, we're going through a crazy snowstorm right now.
It
So,
yeah. I told my husband like you gotta like get the car, like clean the car off and like possibly go get me some wine because if we're gonna be like in the house like all day.
yeah. Um, did you ever run Facebook ads for any of your businesses?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
That is fantastic that you were able to. I'm running Facebook ads right now and it's helpful.
It is.
But yeah, but I'm not throwing a whole lot of money at it. I don't have money to throw
Yeah,
at it.
I've
So,
never did now with the bow business I did on Instagram,
okay.
like the $5 ones,
Yeah. That's about
and
all I'm doing.
yeah, and I again, I and it's so funny. I wish I can like teach a class on like all the mistakes that I did, because
You can teach a class and I'll help you.
yes, I feel like this is like a new business that we need to do because it's just
Yeah.
the stuff that I made so many mistakes on. I don't want people to go through it. Like I would
Right.
have a launch, right? Let's say I would do Valentine's Day.
Okay.
A normal business person with a normal business mind would run the ads probably like a couple weeks before, right? You would run the ads like to hype up the launch date. I don't know why I would run my ads like the day of the launch. I don't know why I
You
would
live
do
and you
it.
learn. I mean, everything's a learning experience, especially when you're a one woman show.
Yes, and then I'd be like, I thought I would get like more orders, like in the time. I thought I would get like more orders, and then eventually, like they would start coming, literally like a couple days, a week later.
Yeah.
Um, then I was like, oh, maybe I should have did it like before. Like it took me
Yeah.
like 2 years to just figure out like it should have been like before. But with Wonderlane,
Yeah.
I've never ran an ad. I've
Yeah.
never ran an ad. People ask me a lot like how I got that many people there. Even I've had meetings. What's so funny? I had a meeting a couple days ago with a PR person who does PR for American Girl.
Okay. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and so you know for next year. So hopefully,
Yeah.
um, but she was like, "How did you?" Now I'm talking to this person who works for a Chicago company and a New York company. And
Yeah.
she's picking my brain on how I brought all these people.
How many people came?
1,600.
God,
That was
where'd
the
everybody
number.
park?
Parking was a disaster. Again, something you live and you learn.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be a disaster. I knew it. Like I couldn't sleep the night before because I was like, it's gonna be parking. That's what's gonna like set people off. So I can't even tell you the amount of times we had to like go to the DJ and have call out license plates because people couldn't get out.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. I've tough skin, so every constructive criticism, which I'm so happy it was like one or two about the
Yeah.
event, was just parking. to have more stuff for boys and literally to have it longer. So I was like, I'll
Yeah.
take those.
How long was it?
It was only 4 hours.
Okay.
It was from 10 to 2.
What are people wanting? Like, were they wanting like a multi-day thing or just more hours?
They wanted more hours that day, maybe
Yeah.
like 6 hours, but Chicago wants it 2 days. And I said,
Yeah.
I can't mentally do 2 days right now. Like
Yeah.
it's
You would
still
probably need a
just
team
us.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still just now it's me and one other person now. So I'm like, we
Yeah.
still don't have the woman power for all of that
Mhm.
yet. But
Are you
yeah.
wanting the women power and you just haven't reached out, or you're just not sure yet?
Oh, I definitely want a team. I definitely want a team. It's just figuring that part out. Because if I can get a team and really get this to how I want it, this will be my full-time job. Like this will
Yeah.
be like what I want to do, because essentially I joke when I do pitches now and call this like the first ever like traveling kids festival, and definitely I never seen anything in the Midwest like it.
I think it's a
And
fantastic idea.
yeah, and so that's what we've been kind of pitching to like different tourism bureaus.
Yeah.
I've even been talking to Michigan about bringing it there in 2027.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it's close. It's close
mhm.
by.
Yeah, and I had a meeting with someone else who runs the Taste of Randolph in Chicago, and
Okay.
like she wanted us to be over their whole kid zone,
Yeah.
and they have 77,000 people that come within 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm like,
It's got a lot of potential and I'm sure you know that, but I'm just here to tell you that other people are seeing it.
oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope they do. I feel so passionate about Northwest Indiana and
Mhm.
also about experiences for children. Um,
Yeah.
when I was growing up, my parents took me everywhere. I was grew up the only child. Uh, Found out I had a brother later on down the line, but we didn't have screen time. So
Yeah.
we got on the train because I lived in Chicago. We got on the metro. We went to the zoo, to the museum, every single festival you can think. My kids growing up have done the same thing. So
Yeah.
to try to bring something like this to our area, um, I, I felt like the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. It is. It is. And look at you. You have the drive to do it.
Thank
And you
you.
don't see that a lot. It's rare. And that's why I was like so excited. I was like, I'm gonna pick your brain. I just want to know everything. And
Yes.
I don't know. Like I feel like you're brave because I've talked to a lot of women who do have their own businesses, and a lot of them, especially just starting out, they're afraid, like to reach out to companies like you did. They would have never thought about. But and I've dabbled a little bit in that, not into that degree. Like I was in a network marketing company for 7 years before I was doing this,
Hmm.
and even then, so many people would see like the big wigs in the company, and they'd be like, I can't talk to them, they're untouchable, and I'd be like, let me reach out to them and ask them if I could pick their head,
Yeah.
and they would almost all of them would say yes.
Yeah, you never know. Um, I have a business coach that is kind of like she no fluff. Like
Yeah.
she tells you like it is, and it's just something we she's a friend. She's a really good friend too. And she kind of gave me the encouragement before when I was telling her what I was doing with Love Hearted Kiddos, how I was trying to reach all these people to pitch my bows. I was like, how come I'm not doing that for like the market? Because
Mhm.
Coachella and Lollapalooza is heavily sponsored. Like they have
Yeah.
all those like activation
Oh
that
yeah.
people pay them to like have there. Uh, Kids deserve fun like that, stuff like that too. And when you think of mostly like kid festivals, yeah, you think you have a bounce house, yeah, you have a face painter, but like are you adopting stuffies? Are you like,
Yeah.
making your own tie-dye shirts? Is it an area for like your kids can go over there and make their own bubbles and make their own keychains, and you can like go over there and get like a hand massage? So it's like
Yeah.
I try to alleviate whatever stress that you can be going through that day for like short amount of time, and then
Yeah.
it's something that you think about and look forward to the next year.
Yeah. I love that. And I'm serious. I want to help in any way I can.
I
Like,
appreciate that.
my husband, he's a firefighter in like four different departments around here. And
That's what
like,
you were telling me.
they do, they do, events for the kids when they can. And I like to help out those. And then I always think like, I love it. Like, I just love it. I'm like, we do shop with a firefighter and I love it. And there's just, I don't know, I love to give back and I love to help.
Me
And
too.
I've always wanted to get more involved in events like that, but there haven't, like, even in the MLM company that I was in, we would do vendor events and they would suck.
Yeah.
And we weren't even allowed to sell anything, but they would suck. And it's like, there was an event that we did at our high school here that um, I did reselling for a while
Hmm.
in between, and there was an event that the high school was doing, but they stopped doing it. Well, it wasn't put on by the high school, it was put on by a nonprofit organization, and that event was really good. I sold stuff there one time and it was so good. There were so many good people coming. It was a Christmas vendor event, and people were
So
coming and they were coming with their
fun.
kids and people were purchasing. They stopped doing it, and like you said, we need more events like that. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not unique to Northwest Indiana. The bigger cities, they might have them. But I'm actually working with a girl. She actually lives in Washington, but I'm working through her with my company
Hmm.
that I have, helping her. And she's putting up together her own event company too. And I'm sure that, some of the stuff that we're
Wow.
talking about, that could help her. And
I
she's
would
new
love
to
to
the area
connect.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I'm so passionate about it. And it's just so nice to be able to help others,
You know
who
what's beautiful about community? I I'm very good on Instagram.
I'm not.
Facebook is cool. I just recently started getting more on LinkedIn.
People keep telling me I need to do that, and I was like, I know nothing about it.
You
Nothing.
do. Like I will suggest it because I'm still learning, so we could probably learn together.
Yes.
But I have reached out to people because I'm like, oh, these are like real people, like real big
you know,
people.
WWE and American Girl, they're real people too.
But it's like I don't know who I'm emailing with like WWE, but it's like I know who I'm talking to on
Okay.
on LinkedIn, and I have a few like news anchors like sent them messages on LinkedIn, and I will tell people to shoot your shot like as much as you can because all they can say is no. That's all they
Right.
can say is no. And then it might suck. It might be like somebody you have on your vision board that you really want to work with. But I guarantee you, I don't know how long it might be, but you will work with that person and they will see you. Because just within a year, some of the people who didn't want to donate to Kidchella or didn't want to be a part of it, they definitely know about it now and
Yeah.
has reached out. Uh, so I
They got to
LinkedIn,
see that you're real.
they have to see, and LinkedIn is like a really good networking, like from home kind of thing.
Hmm.
Because I
I'm all about at home. My
yeah,
group's called At Home Money, okay?
see, I'm like a introvert extrovert kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like I love people until like my battery is like shutting
Right.
down, and like I love that about LinkedIn because it's like networking at home. Like, yeah, I'm talking to you, but I have like my headscarf on and my pajamas. Like, you don't
Right.
know how I look now, but I just literally connected with someone who works for Channel 7. And like, we have
Yeah.
like a coffee thing next week. So, like, you
Woo.
never know
Yeah.
who's even looking and who will like reach out, like, who you can reach out to.
Yeah. I'm so excited for your business, for my business, for everything.
Yes, and anything you need me to do, even to help with your business, to talk to other moms, please, 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 please let me know because I'm so passionate about helping other moms too.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what I want to be able to support your business, and I know I don't have a huge following right now on any of my channels, but a little bit helps. What links I want to be able to link your channels, your Instagram, your website, whatever. So I want you to send me whatever you want me to link in the description of the podcast, and I will. I'm going to post about it on my socials and stuff like that. It's going to be on YouTube because it's a video podcast. I do have a little bit of a YouTube following.
Yes, I
Because
need you
I'm
can
not.
teach me about YouTube because I do
All
want
right,
to
you teach
get.
me LinkedIn, I'll teach you YouTube.
Yes, because I'm not great at videos. Like I can edit everything but actually I get like that's my like kryptonite. Like I
Yeah.
cannot do videos at all.
You see, I'm not afraid of video. I'm learning it myself. I'm not, I don't have the money to like go to school to do any of this stuff. So I'm self-taught. My mom, she owned her own successful business multiple times. I watched her teach herself everything. I teach myself everything.
Perfect.
But I'm not afraid of video. I'm not afraid of getting on a stage with a mic. Like, most people are terrified of that.
Mhm.
I'm like, let's do it. All right, Ashley, thank you so much for being on.
Thank
And
you.
I'm so excited for your business. And I will link in the description whatever you want to show the community that we have here. And I will be at your next event. I will.
Thank you
So
so
thank you
much.
so
It was
much.
so
And
fun talking with you.
we
We
will
could talk
talk
all day.
again.
Thank
Yeah.
you.